Fam, this is why we love boxing. This fight is the personification why a lot of people like boxing. The fight is not over until the final bell. Yeah, anything can happen on the last round. But even if you're winning, you can get knocked out. What a fight! Hats off to Lee Wood. I hope Mick Conlan's fight. I saw a tweet from Nick Preet saying that he's been responsive in the change room, so I think he's pretty much all good. But fam, we got to talk about it. What a performance! Well, to be fair, I had Mick Conlan winning that fight. I think that Mick Conlan, had he just survived that last round, he would have won on points and it would have been the new WBA Ring of the World Champion. But fam, Lee Wood, he's done it again. Last minute of the final round with another knockout. Let's talk about the fight he had. So first round, I think there was a knockdown towards the back end. Lee Wood looked the first couple of rounds, he looked just absolutely gone. You know what? His legs were just jelly as well. But towards the middle part of the fight, he slightly recovered. But I think the burners came on in the sort of the last third of the fight, from round 8, round 9, is where Lee Wood really started getting into his bag, really started hurting Mick Conlan. Mick Conlan just seemed as though his power and his energy levels were just dropping. And at that stage, it was a dangerous fight for Mick Conlan. Lee Wood looked powerful towards the back end. I don't know how it works, but it appears that from round 6, round 7, Lee Wood's power just kept increasing. I don't know how it works, but towards the final round, you would have thought Lee Wood was like some sort of Anthony Joshua. The way he was hurting his opponent through every single punch, Mick Conlan was gone. I think there was another knockdown around round 11. I thought that was a slip personally, and even though Lee Wood connected Mick Conlan with an amazing punch, Mick Conlan's back foot kind of slipped, and that's sort of made him. That's predominantly, in my opinion, the main reason why he dropped to the floor. At the same time, he was gone physically, so I can see it from both sides. But nevertheless, round 12, what a knockout! I did not expect that coming. Lee Wood with a good, I think it was a right hand. Mick Conlan went through the ropes, legs in the air, head sort of splat on the floor. Steve Gray said it's over. Hopefully, after this, he gets a full head scan and he goes to the hospital and everything's all good. But like I said, I think he's been responsive. I scored it 7-4 going into that last round to Mick Conlan. First round, I actually scored the first round at 9-8, simply because even though there was a knockdown, for Lee, Mick Conlan knocked down Lee Wood, I personally believe that Lee Wood was winning pretty much that whole round. So in circumstances like that, where a fighter is dominating that round and in the last few seconds gets a knockdown, I score it at 9-8. I don't know whether you guys do a very similar thing, but nevertheless, I score it at 9-8. But let's talk about Ben Davison. He lives to fight another day. Part of the reason why I want Mick Conlan to win was because I wanted Ben Davison to take an L. And I think a lot of people are in this sort of similar boat where Ben Davison's arrogance and the way he's been conducted himself, it makes people want bad against him. And I don't like always saying that, but I wanted him to have an L. He lives to fight another day. He literally, against Josh Taylor, that should have been a Jack Catchwell win. Lee Wood versus Mick Conlan, that should have been a Mick Conlan win, but Lee Wood pulled it out the bag in the last round. This Ben Davison brother has got 9 lives. You have to give it to him. What next for Lee Wood? For me, I think he should fight Neverati at this point. I think there's the WBA Super Champ, I think, is Leo Santa Cruz. I don't know why Leo Santa Cruz still has the belt. For me, this is why people don't respect boxing, as much as other sports, because you've got things like this. A guy who's been not fighting at that weight class for 3 years. 3 years. It's still a world champion. He's just hogging onto the belt at this point. But tonight is Lee Wood's night. If you look at this performance, I think, you know what, from the get-go, I was alright. And if I was Lee Wood, I'll get rid of Ben Davison, because even though he came away with the knockout, he did it, I think, in spite of Ben Davison. Decent performance from Lee Wood, but I do hope that Mick Conlan is all good. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Peace, love, prosperity. I'm going to see you in the next video. Please.